Alright, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're tuning into this video, just make sure that it is good. My name is Game Boy Rob, and today we're gonna be reacting to some the new cards that were revealed today. Today was the day of the seasonal tournament. I did participate in it, and I did pretty alright. I went pretty far. I did not go quite as far as I would have liked to go, and I am a little bit disappointed about that, but I'm not gonna let that keep me down. I'm not gonna let that be, the end all be all. I'm gonna move on, and I am going to look at the new cards that were revealed today. Now, this is not live. I'm not streaming this or anything. This is just me recording this. I have not seen these cards yet, but they were revealed today. And let's see what we got. We should also check Twitter. I believe there was a new keyword. Okay, there was in fact a new keyword revealed today. Let's take a look at what that is and what that does. New keyword: manifest. Create in hand one of 3 randomly selected cards. Is that basically invoke? I see that this is a half Targon card. This is a Bandle Targon card. Alright, 2 mana Fae. Loping Telescope. Play manifest a random celestial that costs 3 or less. Oh, a random celestial that costs 3 or less. Epic card or multi-region follower. Wow. What the heck? Okay. So manifest. Okay, so the manifest keyword is creating hand 1 of 3 randomly selected cards. So this is basically invoke, but for things that are not invoke, right? It's just invoke for things that are also real cards in the game. And apparently this one, particular Loping Telescope, hits both Celestials and non-Celestials, which is interesting. Don't you generally want to pick the Celestial because Celestials are better than other cards? But it can also pick, but it's a Celestial that costs 3 or less, an epic card of any cost, and a multi-region follower of any cost. Wow, this can hit a lot of weird shit. Okay, cool. That can hit a lot of weird cards. All right, let's see what else we got. So that's Loping Telescope, which is a Fae, which we haven't seen any new Faes yet. That's the first one, so that's interesting. Then we've got a new Yordle, 2 mana Bandle Commando, 2 mana 1/2 with elusive. Okay, 2 mana 1/2 with elusive, and it says Nexus Strike creates a hungry owl cat in hand, which is apparently this. Hungry owl cat is just a 1 mana 2/1 with spell shield. What the heck? Bandle Commando. This is like, so it's a 2 mana elusive unit. It's basically a young witch, but instead of giving something quick attack, every time it strikes the enemy nexus, you get a 1 mana 2/1 with spell shield? Do I want a 1 mana 2/1 with spell shield? Why is the 2/1 that gets created by this part Ionia? Is that just to help the Bandle the Bandle tree? This card confuses me. So this is a mono Bandle card, but Hungry Owlcat is Ionian, but it's not a card that you can put in your deck. Ah! That hurts my head. Okay. That's such weird design. That is some weird design. We'll come back to that. Babbling Balladeers. Next card we get is Babbling Balladeers. 3 mana, 2/4. When I'm summoned, create a Hungry Owlcat in hand. Okay, so we get multiple things that make this Hungry Owlcat, which is also a Fae. When I'm summoned, create a Hungry Owlcat in hand. This is just a 3 mana 2/4 that makes a 1 mana 2/1 with spell shield? What is the point of this thing having spell shield? It's a 3 mana 2/4 that makes a 1 mana 2/1. Okay. Then we've got another Bandle Piltover card for some reason. Furious Feyfolk, which is a 7 mana 5/4 in both Bandle and Piltover. And it says quick attack. It's got 5/4 with quick attack that says, when I'm summoned, If you've dealt damage to the enemy nexus 4 or more times, grant me impact 4 times. Whoa! Why? Okay. This is a 7 mana 5/4 with quick attack that says, you know, if you've met its condition, it hits the enemy nexus for 4, whether or not it's blocked. Okay. Every time it attacks and strikes. Okay, and then we've got a 4 mana slow speed Targon card. Okay, we get a mono Targon card. Battle Bonds. Slow, grant 2 allies +2/+2. What the heck is the art for this card? What the heck is that art? Why would this be a Targon card? Wow, these cards confuse me. Okay. So, Battle Bonds. Grant 2 allies +2/+2 for 4 mana? I mean, it's grant. I can't see you putting that card in your deck on purpose. But if it gets created by something, I mean, it's not the worst card I've ever seen in my life. It's not great, though. There might be certain cheesy strategies where you, like, want to buff up, like Taric or whatever. But even Taric doesn't want this, because Taric only synergizes with things that target 2 things. Maybe some weird Targon, Talia, Akshan decks will want Battle Bonds. Other than that, then meh. Alright, so Loping Telescope, however, is a much more interesting card. This is a Targon card. It's also a Bandle card. Manifests a random Celestial that costs 3 or less, or an Epic card, or a multi-region follower, like, you know, Furious Feyfolk. I assume it can't get tokens. This confuses me. Right? I assume that this works like Invoke, where it's just like random. You get like, but it is all, but it. I assume the manifest keyword is going to get cards, right? Like, unless it specifies tokens, it's not going to just create tokens. Like, manifest won't get you Hungry Owlcat, right? Loping Telescope says it can get multi-region followers, but I assume Hungry Owlcat, since it is a token, does not count as something you can get off of Loping Telescope. I assume. That's what I'm assuming. But it can get Celestials, which are also not main deckable, so that's a little confusing, but that's what I'm assuming. So Loping Telescope. I mean, to me, this just looks like Victor support. To me, Loping Telescope just looks like Victor support. It's a 2 mana 2/1 that creates something. Probably something good, right? If you get like a Celestial, like, that's great. If you get an Epic, that's probably trash. Most of the epics in this game are really terrible, right? Most of the epic rarity cards in this game are actually pretty garbage for some reason. So if you get a choice of like 2 epics and a Moonsilver, you're probably gonna be sad. Or like 2 epics and a Furious Feyfolk. And then, you know, this card, the value of this card is going to change like drastically, like the more multi-region cards we get. But it looks fun. I want to stick it in my Victor decks and see what happens. And it's a 2 mana 2/1, so like that's probably fair. That's probably a fair cost for what it does. So like, I like it. I like Loping Telescope. It's a bit of a pendulum. Sometimes you'll get like an awesome card out of it, and sometimes you'll get a terrible card out of it. But like, you know, that's all right. We've got Bandle Commando, which is a young witch that makes Hungry Owlcats on Nexus Strike. I don't understand. Okay, these 2 cards confuse me. I don't understand what the point of Hungry Owlcat is. These are Yordles, and the Owlcat has the Fey tag, as does Loping Telescope. I don't know what the Fey tag does for us. But like, if it does something useful, then I guess maybe this could be fine. Like, I don't understand why I want this. A 1 mana 2/1 with Spell Shield. I mean, it's just a 1 mana 2/1, right? It doesn't die to Make It Rain. It doesn't die to like red cards one time. Like it's a Spell Shield, which could matter if you get a lot of them. But like, if you just get 1 or 2 Hungry Owlcats, you're just gonna trade them away, right? You have a 2/1 that you're just gonna trade into a 3/2, you know, at best, or it's just gonna walk into a 4/4 and die. So we'll have to see if like the Fae tag makes me want Hungry Owlcats, because right now I don't see myself putting these cards in my deck just so that I can get this card in my deck. You know what I mean? I don't want to put Bandle Commando or Babbling Balladeers into my deck just so that I can play Hungry Owlcats. But if I'm running a Fae deck, if that even is a thing, right? If Fae decks become a thing, then maybe I will. But until we figure out what Fae decks are, I don't want that. All right, and then Furious Fae Folk. Furious Fae Folk sure does cost 7 mana. Again, this is a Fae, so like that could matter, but until it does, I don't want this card. This is a 7 mana 5/4 that could have impact 4, which means that every time it strikes while attacking, it does 4 damage to the enemy nexus. I assume it means it does 1 damage to the enemy nexus 4 times, right? I assume that's how multiple instances of impact get, like, they each, you know, and you strike with one of those units, they each like trigger separately. So like this still does 0 damage to a tough nexus, right? If you're up against Lysandra and she's leveled and you strike with this, it still does 0 damage to Lysandra, but to most nexuses it will deal 4. I don't want that. 7 mana, that's not good enough. This is not good enough for 7 mana. Not even close. Not even close. So this card, pretty trash. And then Battle Bonds also, I think, probably isn't gonna see much play. Maybe certain Auction decks will want this if they happen to be in Targon. Right? If Auction decks happen to be in Targon for some reason, then maybe they'll want this. But other than that, I don't really see Battle Bonds becoming much of a thing either. And there you have it. Those are the reveals. Hopefully we'll see. I like the art on this card, and I like the idea behind it. I just don't quite understand why I want it. So I hope Hungry Owlcat and like the Fae tag becomes relevant soon. Apart from that, Bandle Commando hints at Tristana. This card looks like Tristana. She's got a gun like Tristana. So this card seems like it's somehow related to Tristana, but I don't know how. I don't think Owlcats are related to Tristana, so like I don't know how this card is related to her, but maybe we don't know. Maybe this will be good in like Lulu decks. Maybe this is good for Lulu. Right? If you're playing Lulu and you give your Hungry Owlcat with Spell Shield, like you make it into a 4/4. No, I don't see it. No, I don't see it. I don't see it, but who knows what could happen. There'll be more cards every day until the set comes out. So I hope you guys enjoyed my my initial impressions. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if there's something very obvious that's like, Game Boy, come on. Hungry Owlcat having Spell Shield is hugely relevant because of X, you know, let me know. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys for watching. I will be making a new video tomorrow when the new cards come out. Hopefully they're a bit more interesting. This is a little, I don't know what to do with these. Apart from Loping Telescope, which I kind of like, the rest of these are kind of like, I guess I don't understand them yet. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys for watching. In case you're new here, I stream every Monday through Friday, starting at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Come hang out. We have an awesome time. And with that shameless self-promotion out of the way, I'll stop talking. I'll get out of you guys' face. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.